What up, gamers? Episode 2. I am so pumped to get back to this. The hardest thing that I've done in the past like 48 hours since this game came out was pull myself back on just smashing down all 5 episodes of this shit. But I feel like I'm being such a good boy going through this documentary at the right pace. I feel like it would be wrong to start an episode at like midnight or wrong to start an episode at like 9 a.m. If I'm not starting the stream between like 6 p.m. and 11 p.m., you know, then I think I'm fucking people over on their ability to keep up. Cirrus already arrived, locked in for the sweetest documentary video game that's ever existed. So last time we played, we started here on chapter 1. We went all the way through essentially the history of Midway and the previous projects from the main players that put out the first Mortal Kombat. Really interesting shit. A little fucking sneeze because it wouldn't be a Jake Twitchin stream without a sneeze. Wouldn't be a Jake Twitchin sneeze without a stream. That's what I always say. Then we played Mortal Kombat 1. And you know what? Mortal Kombat 1 was good. It was fun. But we could do a little more in there while we warm things up. We could do like, let's do like fucking 5-10 minutes of fucking around in Mortal Kombat, the OG. And then we'll hop into episode 2 of the actual documentary. All right, who did I play as last time? I know I played as Kano, I played as Raiden, I played as Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Let's do Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, and Sonya. Look at this, I played as everybody except for the fucking core trio of good guys. Okay. Your main characters. I have to learn Bicycle Kick. If I don't do Bicycle Kick, who wants it? Wait, is Bicycle Kick even in this game? I don't know. Oh, you welcome in, homie. It's not just Flying Kick. Oh, but I got the sauce. Oh! Rah! So good. Shit. Got him. Easy clap. Easy clap. Nobody does it like me. Oh. Sick. Honestly, Liu Kang's special moves are like ridiculously easy. Input wise, they're both forward. Here's the other thing. Oh shit. Oh fuck, that was so fast. I didn't have a damn chance to figure that out. Bro got the sauce, he really do be. Alright, the thing that I'm realizing about this game, playing Mortal Kombat 1, is that it has the basics. It is very cool, for sure. There's awesome things happening in here. This game sucks compared to Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2 is so significantly better than Mortal Kombat 1. It's almost to the extent of... Oh man, Kano, that was dirty. That was dirty. That was dirty. It's almost to the extent of like Street Fighter 1 versus Street Fighter 2. Not quite. Not quite. Street Fighter 1 is abysmal. Street Fighter 2 is one of the best games of all time. This isn't abysmal or anything, but it's just extremely limited. Extremely limited. You know what I was thinking about the other day, chat? We did this entire fucking like episode or whatever. And I didn't fucking walk behind me and grab. My Genesis copy of Mortal Kombat. Complete with manual. Sick as fuck. Sick as fuck. He just thinks too much new toys. Welcome in, homie. I don't even want to show you guys the interior of how dope this fucking manual is, because I'm assuming we're gonna get to it in the next episode. Like they're gonna talk to us about the dope ass shit that they drew up for the actual physical copies of the game. I'll keep this because they're gonna talk about the Genesis release. We're gonna play the Genesis release tonight, and then maybe that will make me feel differently about the game as well, because there will be more to look at. JCast only for those who arrive nice and early that would like to hypersexualize me, which is never a problem. Always interested. But too much new toys. Ike, welcome in, homies. Boogie and Sears, hope everyone's having a great Saturday night. I know I am. Do I still not know how to get the fuck out of this game? Oh, I remember. We figured it out last time. Yeah. I want to rub his head and his belly. Ike, I wouldn't let many people do that. I would let you do that. Oh, we did play his song. Yeah, I remember Kissing. I think the only one we haven't played at is fucking Johnny Cage. Jay can't deny that it's heavy, dude. I gotta fucking, you don't gotta tell me it's heavy. I'm the one who has to walk around with this thing. Gotta get him with the fucking, blah! Man, the shadow kick is so good, and probably one of the coolest visual like moves in this game. Johnny Cage has a pretty distinct, like, despite being easily the most boring character in the game, white shirtless guy, he's got cool shit going on in his moves. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Come on, get in here. Come on. Fuck my life. All right. All right. We played as every character in Mortal Kombat 1. Let's move on to episode 2 of Mortal Kombat. This is gonna be the fucking best one. What a ball-delicious. Ball-delicious. My body stay vicious. I be up in the gym just working on my fitness. Daniel, I hope you're having a wonderful night. This is gonna be so fucking cool. I'm really excited for this one, chat, because we went through basically everything that we did in this first episode was leading up to the release and like the blossoming popularity of Mortal Kombat. Now, I don't know how far this is gonna go, but you need to understand that the shit that we're about to go into with Mortal Kombat sweeping arcades and then beginning to get its home releases, it's gonna be fucking insane. These nerds are about to turn into absolute rock stars, and this franchise is about to get absolutely massive. Massive. I'll be over here. Let's read some shit. Fans couldn't get enough of Midway's taboo-breaking new game, and the arrival of home versions meant that the rest of the game industry now had to grapple with Mortal Kombat's success. Have you seen this game? With its mysterious moves and buckets of blood, Mortal Kombat quickly became the game everyone had to play to believe. Does Ed Boon travel to Russia, much like the story of Tetris? Of course.
So when Street Fighter 2 came out, yes. I wasn't really too impressed by it. I think I finished it once, picked Zangief because I was a wrestling fan, and then kind of moved on. I eventually kind of fell in with a crowd that
audio really good for you, chat?
Got a lot out of Street Fighter 2, and so suddenly it became very apparent I need to get great at that game. One guy showed up and said, "Hey, have you heard of this other game, Mortal Kombat?" No.
Barbs.
What is Mortal Kombat?
Your timing is impeccable. Impeccable. Welcome in, you absolute icon. Also, I love that I rated Barbs and now Barbs is rating me. Return raid, yeah. Here's what happens. Barbs streamed for like 9 hours. I rated her at the beginning of her stream, watched her for a little while, fell asleep, came back, streamed again, and now Barbs is done. MGA, NPE, welcome in. Good to see you. You absolute legends. Barbs, thank you so much for the raid. He's dropping the kids off. Cloud, my fucking goat. Welcome in. Don't worry. I'm going to take good care of them. Chat, if you're just getting here, if you don't know what we're doing, we are playing Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. And Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, your timing really couldn't be better. We were literally 60 seconds into starting this episode, where it's basically 1 part playable collection of Mortal Kombat games, 1 part guided documentary about the story of Mortal Kombat. So where we're at right now is Mortal Kombat 1 just came out in arcades. It hasn't even hit home consoles yet, and essentially we are starting this chapter, and they're talking kind of like a retrospective of like what it's like to be in this era when Mortal Kombat is about to be released, which is very fucking cool. But Barbs, thank you, chat. You guys know who fucking Barbs is, and if you don't, I'll literally hunt you down and force you to follow her. I'm sorry, that's a specific threat. I don't think I'm allowed to make those on Twitch. I'm not sure. I can. We're fine. But this game is like
Street Fighter 2 came out.
Truly,
I wasn't really
Mortal Kombat fan or not, if you're a fan of video games, such a cool story.
And then kind of moved
so
on.
fucking cool.
I eventually kind of fell in with a crowd that really got a lot out of Street Fighter 2, and so suddenly became very
Jeff Gerstmann, host of the Jeff Gerstmann Show.
One guy showed up and said, "Hey, have you heard of this other game, Mortal Kombat?" I'm like, no. What is Mortal Kombat? And he said, "Well, you know, it's like Street Fighter, but you can fucking kill people." Okay, well, we need to go see this game right now.
You need to go see this game right now is the right response.
I absolutely remember the first time I played Mortal Kombat.
Look at the reflection in the arcade cabinet.
My favorite arcade.
My dad would usually give my brother and me $5 each and let us run wild while he went shopping.
It was at an arcade in Virginia. The Q Lounge in the Bronx, New York. It was a space that was half smoky pool hall, half arcade.
He took us to an arcade 2 towns north.
Arcade culture was so good.
Systems City.
We're a worse society because we don't have that now. Yeah, did you ever go to arcades when you were a kid?
And they had like 5 arcade machines back there.
I see this huge crowd gathered around a new
I feel like it's pretty universal, but depending on how old you are, your experience could be drastically different.
No one was playing
No,
it.
Unk. Yeah, exactly.
What is this? I just remember just like a big
Meanwhile,
line
I'm over
around
here
the cabinet.
fucking,
Everyone is
my
crowded
first
around
kiss was
Mortal
inside
Kombat. It is
the
simultaneously
Jurassic Park video game.
exactly like and nothing like Street Fighter. You know, the film, the
Let me show you guys
presentation,
what I
real
mean.
actors and actresses and all of that. Really just, it's so striking.
In Mortal Kombat, when you're seeing those 2 big characters on the screen,
Fucking David
just
Jaffe,
the
the
coolest thing
inventor
ever.
Instantly, I was like, oh, it's digitized. It's real people.
of Mortal
It was
Kombat.
incredible.
No, not Mortal
It's like,
Kombat.
how are they doing this? How did
Twisted
this
Metal.
game come to be?
I
And
was blown away by how it looked.
God of War.
Because it was a violent, bloody game. Like, that's the first time I've seen blood in a video game that I remembered.
Even from
Behold.
a basic high punch, you just see blood flying out of these people's.
this had like a little curtain on it. And that curtain was closed when we were playing Jurassic Park.
Of certain characters,
And we
I could
kissed
fall into a rhythm
with
that just
tongue.
felt so good, just like, you know, air kick, uppercut, and I was, oh, I feel like the baddest motherfucker in the world.
In a time where you didn't see that kind of stuff in
The
games,
tongue,
especially
exactly.
in arcades where
Perfect
kids
use
were
of that
they were
clap.
running around with their parents, and parents were still freaking out too, kind of seeing what was
A
happening.
few years makes
My
nostalgia
dad
way
came up
different for
behind
sure.
me. I didn't know this at the
Dave
time.
and Bustin'.
But the screen went dark. Kano ripped out a heart and held it up, blood dripping from it. And my dad went, "Oh no, and whisked me out of the arcade. And that's when I knew I had to play that game because I was not allowed to play that game.
People getting
Yeah, that
chopped in
dude,
half and
so
torsos
much.
being dismembered.
This was the fucking beginning of like video games were fun in
Do
games,
that in a video game.
and all of a
I didn't know
sudden
that was allowed in a video game.
And we're, you know, 16,
People have
17 at the
opinions of
time,
what
so
is
this
appropriate.
Is the most exciting thing in the world.
The endings, and
Violent
how every
video game
character
game.
had, even though Street Fighter, they had an ending, but Mortal Kombat was like the first thing that really affected me that was like, I really want to play all these characters to see what happens. And this is before
Yeah.
YouTube, so it wasn't like you could just go on YouTube and watch it. You had to, you know, earn it, right?
What's Kano's backstory? You know, what about Sonya? That's what we wanted to know about. And you know, they specified a lot
Absorbable
of
sized
it
cast.
kind of in,
Dude.
you know, various
Fucking
screens and
Clippy
whatnot.
B, dude,
You know,
with the
we
worst beard in the
But it didn't
world.
take
Let me
long
line you
from
up, dog.
there,
I got you.
For that game to be,
We gotta bring that
literally
fucking-
everywhere. Every single.
we gotta bring
pizza
that beer a little
place,
further down your
7-Eleven,
neck.
arcades, the
It's
arcades that
riding
were
up your
left at that
face.
point. All of them had a Mortal Kombat machine probably within a month.
Isn't he magician now too? I think he's always been a Magic fan. A fan of the Magic. Even before the internet. Well, the internet existed in 92. Much of it was text only, and most people didn't have access to it yet. Most Mortal Kombat players operated on a local level. Handwritten move lists were often brought to arcades, where knowledge of a finishing move became social currency. I fucking love that. Mortal Kombat, the comic book. Oh, baby. Fucking 3 smackaroos. Between coin drops, the attract mode of Mortal Kombat. Between coin drops, the attract mode of Mortal Kombat advertised a comic book drawn by Tobias. Attract mode. Okay, attract mode in a arcade game is like it's idle animation, like it's like quote unquote screensaver is kind of where it would be, where it could be updated, it could be changed, it could be adjusted by the arcade sometimes, and it would have typically it would have like the CPU versus CPU match going on, something to be like, oh shit, you should come and play this. So when they say the attract mode of Mortal Kombat advertised a comic book, it means that somewhere in that loop they would say the Mortal Kombat, comic book is in stores now. It was drawn by John Tobias, which was only available via mail order. Thousands were sold, making it the first item and it will become a long list of Mortal Kombat merchandise. Sick as fuck. Holy fuck. I've definitely never read this. Who is he fighting? I feel like I've seen this Goro art before. Dude, look at this silhouette there. That's a sick ass fucking comic panel. They just include the whole fucking thing. Great fucking arc. It back, hell yeah, King. We love this shit. Dropping the 3 bomb. Who's gonna mail these? John Tobias and Roger Sharp recall the creation of the Mortal Kombat promotional comic and how its surprise success led to impromptu pizza parties.
To produce a comic book for the first MK game, that started with me. Coming from comic books, I had a great desire to sort of tell this story that we weren't able to tell in the game. And so I thought, what better place to do it in a comic book? I talked to Ed about it, and so Ed thought it was a great idea, and I think the both of us went to Roger Sharp to try to see if there was any money that we could get from marketing to help us produce this comic book.
Look at this fucking crew of guys, dude.
Special, and John, pulled together.
Holy shit!
Comic book.
Late 80s, early 90s core fucking sweaters and mustaches. Every single one of those dudes was just trying to look like Tom Selleck.
Roger was able to scrape up, I think, a few $1,000s for the printing. And we were able to produce a few thousand copies of this comic, and we weren't sure how many we were going to sell.
This warning.
There was an advertisement
will be at the tournament.
And players would see the advertisement in the track mode, and they would mail in a check for $3. Sometimes they would mail cash. Ed and I would get
a fucking check for $3.
Of envelopes, sent to a PO box, and they would ship us these boxes of comics. Okay, well, who's gonna pack?
You can't get dick shipped to you for fucking $3.
So Ed and I ended up sitting in his office with boxes of comics. We were the ones opening each envelope, collecting the money, writing the addresses on the envelopes, packing the comics.
That's so fucking crazy.
I remember we did that one
the
weekend.
Artist, the creator of Mortal Kombat, sending
we invited other people around
you
the office,
personally.
Like, hey, come and help us pack the comics, and we'll buy a pizza. Every once in a while, I would sign one. We would write these weird encryptions on the envelopes. Sometimes I would draw a picture on the envelope, little messages to the players. I don't know if anybody ever saved any of that stuff. But eventually, I think we were in over our heads because the stuff just kept coming.
Professor Twitching, when do we learn about good games? Oh, mines, give me your knuckles. I'm gonna smack him with the fucking ruler.
Roger, I think, handled, I don't know who he
knocking some sense into you and calling your mom.
We were packaging and boxing up. Thank you, Jeanette and Alice.
Welcome in, King.
Everything out to people.
But
line says at 65 extremely bad
comic books were hand
and a snart
packed and hand addressed by Ed and myself and a couple of the other folks around the office.
Is that early Striker?
And, that was the start of the merchandising program.
Oh, dude,
for
look at
Mortal
that.
Kombat.
The double dip. You got $3. $3 got you a comic book with a ticket for a $10 shirt. God, I would love a $10 Mortal Kombat shirt. From game to comics, I'm drawn to Tobias's sketches, pencils, and color studies from the promotional comic book. An uncut sheet of the finished printed pages now hangs in a frame in the hallway at NetherRealm Studios. So fucking cool. I love the art style that he drew in. So fucking rad. The 16-bit wars. While Nintendo had dominated the 8-bit era with the NES, rival Sega had taken away a significant market share from Nintendo during the 16-bit days, in part because it was more permissive in regards to the content of games that appeared on the platform. This would have a significant effect on the home versions of Mortal Kombat. This shit's about to get so fucking crazy. Mortal Monday. New York-based Acclaim Entertainment confirmed its home version of Mortal Kombat in June '93 at the Summer Consumer Electronics Show, promising a September 13th release on both 16-bit consoles, as well as both major handheld systems, Nintendo's Game Boy and Sega's Game Gear. Acclaim branded the release event Mortal Monday. Holy shit. The fucking original press release is so crazy. This is awesome because I had Cloud, you had Game Boy Mortal Kombat. I had Game Gear Mortal Kombat was the second, and the first one I don't fucking talk about it. I am about it. I'm about that fucking life, boy. I've been here since day one, or like year 2, I would say. This is such a wild series of events that transpire. I gave away my Genesis when I was younger. My Genesis is one of the few early consoles that I still have. Acclaim produced a free newsletter called The Pit, which gave eager Mortal Kombat fans character bios, some photos from that year's CES, and at the end, the opening statement on the front page, a mysterious code, ABACAAB. All bastards are cops, all bastards bastards. With no further context. I think I had Sonic 1 and 2 and X-Men. I have Sonic, I never had Sonic 1, I only had Sonic 2. Which I still have back there. Those are the only 2 Genesis games that I have with their box still, is Mortal Kombat and Sonic 2. I got rid of a bunch of things at like fucking garage sales and GameStops throughout the years and shit like that. Goated streamer, goated game, fucking goated Logan, dude. I chilled in your stream for 5+ hours to the point of I was sitting here fucking despondent, stoned out of my gourd, watching you fight fucking Bowser with 50 boos last night on Luigi's Mansion. I truly can't think of a better way to spend Halloween. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. What's poppin', player? This is the fucking newsletter. Looks like it was made on a goddamn typewriter. Holy shit. Look at this, the fucking cosplayers. Early days. Loved having you in my chat. Happy to fucking be there, homie. Hell yeah. I would say I'm like, kind of bad at watching Twitch. I'm more of a Twitch streamer than I am a Twitch viewer, but I love being able to stop in and like really fucking kick it. And a night like Halloween, prime time for me to just fucking hang. I can't say much about it, chat, but I'm doing this thing for drop in, drop out that requires secrecy of playing a game. I can't tell you guys what game I'm playing. I can't tell you why I'm playing that game. And most importantly, I can't tell anybody else at Dido why I'm playing it. Crazy. But when you find out, it's gonna be sick. Most people I generally watch are you and Arya. Based picks. What else do you need, really? You're covering all bases. You got fucking E-Girl and you got Funny Guy. And it's the 2 main food groups of Twitch.tv. Oh, dude. This fucking ad. that second one becomes the Mortal Kombat scream. I mean, fucking come on, dude. The Mortal Monday television ad created by ad agency RDA International featured dozens of Mortal Kombat fans charging through the New York City streets in a frenzy. The commercial's only dialogue, people shouting the game's name at the top of their lungs like a battle cry, became iconic. Bro, it's so dumb, but I get fucking like, I got chills watching that just now. Like, I was 5 years old watching fucking TV, and then seeing this shit was like life-changing. I was like, I need to play Mortal Kombat. The US flag in there, cool. It's so good. Good eye. Too funny. In the magazine's Acclaim launched a large print ad campaign in magazines and comic books in the months leading up to Mortal Kombat's home release. Some of those ads didn't have much to say. I didn't have to say much at all to get their message across. Prepare yourself. Holy fuck, those cast pictures, dude. It's higher definition renders from like the in-game portraits. So fucking rad. Dude Cool, welcome in. Oh, dude, I love when Cool Love and Dude Cool are both here. Dude Cool Love is like the your Jeopardy category. You know, the answer would be Dude Cool Love, both of you. Prepare yourself. Mortal Monday, September 13th. Fuck, man. Here we go.
The first time I saw a crowd gathered around a Mortal Kombat cabinet when I was 10 told me that, okay, this game is a big deal.
With our power combined, we are cool, cool.
No idea
so
if that
true.
Translated outside my arcade. Then Mortal Monday happened. Not just the day itself, but the build up to it.
Seeing the
Or
zeitgeist
Dude
around it
Love.
was huge. Conversations around Mortal Monday
That's
were happening,
reverse.
the first kind of big marketing push.
Acclaim was clearly that they knew what they had in their hands, and so they were doing a much bigger effort in promoting it. I remember them telling us that they were going to spend $10 million to advertise this game, and I remember saying, you know, are you sure?
Mortal
you wanna
Monday
put that
sounds like
kind
a
of money
tragedy. It
behind
does.
this? And you know, in
Dude
retrospect,
Love 69
of
is
course
very
it was
good.
a great decision, but I remember being really paranoid, thinking, you know, that they were putting a lot on this game.
The preparation for the release of Mortal Kombat was just massive. I was working at Babbage's software. Pre-sales had
Babbage's
started early,
mentioned,
so, like,
dude.
We were taking,
Any
we knew
knowers?
We were going to be just selling out. It was all I could talk about.
Babbage's would
I remember
become
going to see a movie. I can't remember which film it was.
GameStop.
And they were advertising Mortal Monday.
That's not true. I
which
think
was
they
one
were
of the greatest,
purchased by
marketing blitzes in video game history. And it was just,
Cliffy B's
all these,
dog in the
random kids
background?
yelling in the middle of a city street.
In a blue
Mortal
Yeti?
Kombat, Mortal Kombat, right?
It was like Babbage's, Funko Land, Software, etc.,
Running down the
GameStop.
streets screaming Mortal Kombat, and they were teens, and I was a little kid, and teens are the coolest thing you could
A
be
lot of
when you're
local
a little
game
kid.
resellers for sure.
You have to show screenshots.
EB
or
Games
anything
eventually
else
also
necessarily.
like acquired.
Everybody
Yep.
knew.
Not sure what the parent was. Me either.
All you have to do is just. have
It all
somebody out
happened
in the middle of
fairly
the street just
fast,
putting up
and a
his
lot of
own
them
Mortal
operated
Kombat.
exactly the same
It's
under
almost
different
like,
names
it's
for a
here.
long time,
It sells
until getting
itself.
all rolled into GameStops. I actually never went to a Babbage's. I've been to Funko
We were like,
Lands.
Yo, did you see
I've been to
that
One
Mortal
Software,
Kombat
etc.
commercial? What is Mortal Kombat? And there was always like one kid who knew a little more. It's a video game, but you kill people. And all of us at Maplewood Elementary School were like, whoa!
We had two front monitors that were just showcasing Mortal Kombat videos, and
In the comics, on the back of the comics, there were Mortal Monday ads. There were Mortal Kombat ads in magazines. There were Mortal Kombat ads in subways.
You know, just seeing the standees and the posters and things at Times
Funko
Square.
Land and EB
the
Games,
signage
yeah.
that was coming in, every piece of memorabilia that was coming in, and T-shirts.
I see now the fingerless
It
gloves.
was just over the top compared to other games.
I remember just being nervous.
This is
about
not
it, thinking, I
archival
hope this
footage.
game
That's a
lives up
recent
to it. Even though it was
fingerless
a
gloves.
huge arcade
Yeah, I bought the
game, you just
dumbest
never
fucking
know.
sweatshirt. And it's got the emo thumb holes in it.
It was insane. There's a giant line.
You know what I'm talking
and
about?
It was just
Where
so
like in the
exciting.
fucking
That's
wrists,
when I realized like
it's
this
got like
is
a little
actually
hole to
bigger
put your fucking
deal
thumb in.
than maybe
And I
any
was like,
video
oh, this
game
is how
that's
I
come
know.
before it. Mortal
I'm
Kombat
unk.
became a pillar of popular culture within
Love thumb
12
holes. I've
months.
never
It was,
owned.
I
I've
think,
never
the
owned
fastest
anything with
video
thumb
game
holes.
had ever exploded to date.
Nothing could prepare you for it. It was. It
Those might have those ones
just
so tall they don't
insane.
work for me. Unfortunately, that's tough. I gotta show you guys the fucking sweatshirt I got. It's so dumb. No, I'll reveal it another time. Mortal Kombat Genesis. Holy fuck. 6-button controller. Sega had its own international rating system. Gave it an MA13, likely because of the violent content that was hidden behind a secret code. The Blood Code. The word code has many different definitions. The Shaolin Martial Arts Tournament is governed by a system of rules of conduct and ethical code. The combatants respect each other as warriors, no matter what degree of hatred they have for one another, a code of honor. Another type of code could be defined as an arbitrary system of symbols or letters for transmitting messages, a secret code. Mortal Kombat adheres to many codes, but does it contain one? While the Genesis version initially seemed to lack the blood and fatality moves from the arcade original, this was a ruse. If the player entered the code, all bastards, all cops are bastards, bastards, inspired by a 1982 rock album from the group Genesis. Genesis? Phil Collins? On this screen, the original violent scenes would be enabled. Is Genesis Phil Collins? Anyone been thumbed for their oh, excellent question. Not thumbed. Dullard code. The Genesis version included a full cheat menu, accessed by entering up, down, down, up, left, left, A, right, down at the game's main menu. This was originally intended to be the only method of enabling blood, but Acclaim felt that spelling out the word Dullard would be too tricky and asked programmer Paul Carruthers to add a sequence using only face buttons. Understood? Flags. The Dullard menu let players turn on 8 flags, which changed the game's behavior. Flag 0 killed the computer opponent in 1 hit. Flag 1 killed the player in 1 hit. Flag 2 forced objects to fly across the moon for finding reptile interesting. Look at the fucking Santa's sleigh up at the top. Flag 3 made Probe Software co-founder Fergus McGovern's head appear in the pit. Is that Toasty? Flag 4 forced reptile clues to appear. Flag 5 gave the player infinite credits. Flag 6 forced the computer to always use fatalities. And Flag 7 made all fights take place on the Palace Gate stage. Interesting. Mortal Kombat goes CD. In May 1994, Sega players got an upgraded version of Mortal Kombat if they owned a CD-ROM drive. The Sega CD edition of Mortal Kombat used its storage capacity to restore many frames of animation and speech samples in Dan Forden's arcade soundtrack. However, the sluggish load times, including whenever Shang Tsung transformed into another character, hurt the appeal of this version. Bigger, better, louder, meaner. Acclaim advertised the Sega CD version of Mortal Kombat as bigger, better, louder, meaner. Note that the first version of the ad has Sega's MA13 rating from the Video Game Rating Council, while the second shows MA17. Oops. Mas violento. The Brazilian ad for the Sega CD edition replaced bigger and better with more bloody and more violent. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we have a playable version of this, which I'm thinking this isn't very different. Oh shit. Oh, this is such a throwback. Fucking forgot about this jam. Davey, welcome in. I wish MK Gold was on this, but I've been enjoying myself. Hell yes. I haven't like spoiled myself on any of the playable stuff. Literally all we played is Mortal Kombat 1 arcade, and we're about to play Mortal Kombat for the Genesis right now. I've got my OG Genesis copy sitting here next to me, and I'm so excited to get into the wild stuff, especially MK4, because Golden 4 is like my biggest, not blind spot, I just didn't put much time into those games. I think it's gonna be really fun to play that. Really fun, but good to see you, homie. I'm glad you're digging it. I love these collections so much. These fucking documentaries go absolutely crazy. Wow, the fucking sound effects are so much more impressive. Cool as fuck. Endurance still same ladder. Yeah, listen to that, dude. No, you don't have to worry about it. There's no spoilers here. No spoilers. I know everything we're getting into. Yeah, the sound effects are crazy, man. And like the sprites are more vivid. This is I would say a better version. It's missing some of the sound effects because when you get punched in the other one, it's like it's really fucking intense. Also, can we talk about the fucking CRT filter on this? Look at the outside of this. So good. Brother, welcome in. Duck, welcome in, homie. Your timing is impeccable. Lolly, welcome in. My fucking goat. Finish her. No doubt. My specialty. Adidas, welcome. Duck, I hope you had a wonderful stream, homie. We're playing Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. If you're just getting here and you're not sure what the fuck I'm doing, let me explain. This is one part playable collection of Mortal Kombat games. We're playing the original Genesis one right now. Behold, I'm a real fucking gamer. But it's also, at any point, we can just drop out of this game, and it's in a big ass timeline of Mortal Kombat history, basically. So you go through and you have different versions of the game to play. So right now we were messing around with the Genesis version. Now we're gonna roll into the Super Nintendo version to check out like the differences between them, which is very, very interesting. And it's all accompanied by blocks of text, images and advertisements, old promotional materials, and a full-ass documentary.
We were aware that Acclaim had a deal that they were going to do all the home games because also
Globby, welcome in, homie.
Super high impact for the home. And Acclaim had their kind of production group, which was our main point of contact, but then they had
so fascinating
two software houses, you know.
Oh, that Game Gear copy, bro. So I had that. It's somewhere.
Kind of
I just don't know where. Banger alert!
Pro offered me Mortal Kombat on the Mega Drive of the Genesis version, and I said yes. I'm free. I'm available. Like a job.
Painkiller, welcome.
And I said, well, what is it? They were able to kind of actually bring me an arcade machine.
Painkiller, close to 400 fisties.
Kind of started playing it, and I thought, well, this looks easy enough.
Mortal Kombat
right.
was going to be made for the Super Nintendo through Sculptured Software. We had a programmer that was from outside
W camera angle,
and brought him in and said, hey, you're the main guy.
This is me for like the first year that I streamed, sitting in a fucking
go as well
dank pit.
as we would have wanted it to go.
High out of my fucking gourd, hiding in the bottom of my frame. I Game Gear lasted 15 minutes in the back of my mom's minivan before the 6 AA batteries died. Oh my god. So cool. So true. The broom closet.
The home games at the
yes,
time,
that, and I had a Sega Nomad as well. Chat, do you guys know what a Sega Nomad is? It's a little known Sega console from back in the day. Dope. It was so dope. But when I tell you that this thing chewed through batteries, it's a Genesis but portable. Yep, it just straight up played like a Game Gear, but it took full-on fucking big-ass Genesis cartridges right into it. It was unbelievable. So far ahead of its time.
There's a lot of frames of animation in there. You know, we started off by kind of basically taking out every other frame. And that wasn't enough, so then we had to take out like 3 out of 5 frames, and then kind of concentrate on the important animations, the ones that let you see most. Williams have like a method of writing. It's almost like a kind of multi-threading. It's like that there's a number of different programs all operating at the same time. So one of those programs operates one of the characters, one program operates one of the weapons, one of them operates the background, and all of those different little programs come to each other. That isn't a method of programming I had any experience of. It took me a while to work it out. A kind of pro were getting very nervous because there wasn't anything on the screen. I was working and working. There wasn't anything on the screen. And then eventually I was able to basically kind of translate the original code almost line by line. It kind of worked, and the whole thing kind of came to life.
Fucking porting games was a nightmare back then.
What it meant as well, though, was that it was very accurate, very close to the original arcade version in terms of how it feels playing it. So then everyone was then very happy with me, which was which was great.
Genesis played much better, and it had the blood, the abacab, and all that.
Abacab. All bastards are cops. All bastards bastards. The fucking heart pull.
The Super Nintendo version looked great, but it didn't play as good as the Genesis version.
Yeah, I'm excited to play this in a second.
The programmer that was the lead, but he made some missteps at the beginning of the project, and it was really hard.
Camera angle is jarring every time.
These were conversions. These were not original games. You're trying to take the code and the assets and port it to that platform. They had this little multi-processing system in there. He said, I don't like the way that works. I want to do it my way. So he's going against the grain the whole time.
Johnny Cage wins. The quality of the game was something that,
in the
that was important to us. I know Ted was a stickler in terms of what he was willing to approve.
So sick.
We were down to the wire. We were, saying that, we're not going to prove it until you fix this, this, and that. And
I ended up having to help him. So it got done, but it didn't. It played not quite as well.
They needed to build millions of cartridges, and there's lead times involved with that. And so those two things kind of...
Such a different environment developing games back then.
There's some tension there.
You fuck this up. That's just how your game is forever. Like that, this is going on your permanent record. This is about to be shipped millions of copies depending on how successful it is. They need to be fucking pressed cartridges and ship them out to stores to be released. Goated fucking intro of Goro coming out and punching the fucking Acclaim logo. Insane. Helldog, welcome in. We're just starting Mortal Kombat 1 for Super Nintendo. I'm gonna fuck around with it a little bit. We've already played a decent amount of the arcade version and checked out the Genesis version too. Love this game. Me too. One of my favorites. I'm obsessed with the Mortal Kombat series, and this fucking collection is unbelievable. Yeah, this is so weird because this one is specifically so much different. Like, you can just tell little things, like the way that it's made to look similar, but you can tell that it is built completely differently than Mortal Kombat for the Genesis. Oh, actually, it's visually super fucking fluid. Oh, it's got that fucking sound effect too with the punches. There's things that this does better. They were just dogging the Super Nintendo version quite a bit, which I agree, it does feel kind of like sluggish to control, but it's doing some things better too. I think this looks fucking rad. Oh. Got him. Fuck me. Oh, let's fucking go. Manny, what's poppin'? I'm doing great. Caught one on the road. Let's go. Let's go. Loving this documentary. And we're taking it nice and slow, too. This is episode 2. We're playing everything that comes across our plate. We're watching the documentary to guide us through it and play it in order. It's just been fucking awesome. I love Digital Eclipse, the developers of this game. This is the 4th game in the... Are we playing or watching currently? Playing. Wait for it. Welcome in, homegirl. This is the Gold Masters collection where they did the making of Karateka, then they did Jeff Minter, Lamasoft, the Jeff Minter story. Then they did Tetris Forever last year, which was one of my favorite games of the year, and now this, and they're all the same thing. Part playable collection of games, part documentary, telling a story that's really fucking incredible in the video game industry, and I love this shit so much. And now, listen, I love Tetris, but I love Mortal Kombat. It's so cool to get this treatment for a series that I'm so passionate about. It's fucking awesome. Control, my goat, welcome in. Fist bumps all around for the squad. Yeah, this definitely does, like, there is something about it. This feels like, it feels like I'm playing Mortal Kombat in a dream, where, like, it's mostly Mortal Kombat, but there's fucked up shit about it, and I can't put my finger on what's wrong, but it doesn't feel real. How is the online on that? I've heard the online is super busted. I've even heard that there's like input lag and shit like that. The problem that we're having right now, but like I'm pretty tapped into the fucking video game zeitgeist and like the internet conversation that's happening. And the conversation that's fucking transpiring out there is like the fighting game hardcore Mortal Kombat fans are mad that this collection has like input lag and that the netcode isn't very good. There's all sorts of like emulation issues, and I get that it is a collection and it's tough to be like, well, that's not really what this is about, because I get it, it's a valid complaint, but truthfully that isn't what this shit is really about. You know what I mean? Digital Eclipse is not here to make perfect arcade ports of games. They're here to collect and chronicle and document the history of a gaming franchise, and being able to play them is like almost more of like a service than a feature, if that makes sense. Like, you're not, when I want to play Tetris, I don't boot up Tetris Forever. You know what I mean? There's better versions of Tetris outside of that collection. So when you want to play Mortal Kombat in the future, you won't boot up Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. You know what I mean? You boot up Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection to watch its documentary, to experience its more obscure titles. You know, you're coming here for a fucking taste, not a full bite, I guess, is how I would do it. But I understand that that's not something that you can really message to people, and the people that understand that, like me, are very few and far between. So it's unfortunate right now that this game is really gaining a lot of fucking flack online from like the community that should be supporting it the most, because Digital Eclipse was nice enough to show it some fucking love, which sucks. Now this, I'm very fucking excited to play. This is gonna get weird as shit. I used to play the fuck out of this on Game Gear. Let me in. Now entering Mortal Kombat. Okay. No sound, by the way. Interesting. Who's missing? Kano. There's no Kano in this game. Sub-Zero is going to be our fucking baseline for every game that we play, chat. Shang Tsung, Goro. Amazing, welcome in. Raiden spelled wrong. Bro, honestly, this is so impressive. Imagine playing this portable in the early 90s. Like, holy shit. No wonder I was smitten with this. Played on the Super Nintendo. Hell yeah. I played it on this, on Game Gear, and I played it on Genesis. I still got my Genesis copy from way back in the day. I gotta get one freeze off, bro. I think I'm inputting too fast. Unless the moves are different. No, they're not. Portable till that battery's drained. Hell yeah. As you should. I gotta get a freeze off before we move to the next thing. And I'm really excited to see this fucking other bullshit on the Game Boy too. Fuck you, Sonya. It's like the computer moves too fast and I can't go I go too slow to input these fucking commands. Is it on PSP? There is a PSP version of Deception. Yeah. Johnny, my fucking goat. What's poppin', homie? Yeah. I don't even think it's called... Is it called Mortal Kombat Deception or does it have a different subtitle? I know it's basically based off of Deception. Let's go, dude. Face kicks. Get fucked. That sound, dude. Unreal. Unreal. Play as Goro. We gotta fucking play this shit. This is gonna be fucking crazy. Black and white. Man, the fucking chiptune, like the Game Boy sound set, so fucking distinct, so unique. Fuck yes. All right, interesting. So this one has Kano, but no Liu Kang. Also, gun to my head, I don't know which one's Scorpion and which one's Sub-Zero. I think this is Sub-Zero. No Cage. Oh yeah, you're right. Holy fuck. This shit sucks. This is so crazy. Day before second grade, I broke my leg. Told my mom I wasn't going to school with the cash. She bribed me into going by getting me a video game. This was my jam. Delirium, welcome in. If 88's your fucking birthday, then we got a lot in common. Hell yes. Fucking insane. It's like slow-mo, yeah, for sure. I'm having such a hard time with the inputs on the Game Gear and the Game Boy version. There is no fucking move list for this game. I don't think there are special moves in this game. French Dip, welcome in. But our first actual gaming PC, holy fuck, a game changer. Congratulations. Congratulations and welcome to the fucking world of troubleshooting issues on your PC. You're gonna love it. I love it too, don't get me wrong. You fucking gotta, it's a necessary evil. It's such a fucking necessary upgrade. Think of all the AA batteries you'll save by playing on PC. You're so right. You are so right. All right, we gotta get the fuck out of this. I would rather play any different version of Mortal Kombat. I fear. Can't wait to get so frustrated I start smoking again. Oh God, French Dip, you're so cool. I wish you and I were friends from our hometown who could grow up together and smoke some cigarettes back in our heyday. Love me a former smoker. But why though? In the arcade, Mortal Kombat's Thunder God Raiden was spelled with an I. I noticed that. In the home translations, it became a Raiden with a Y. The original spelling was associated with a vertically scrolling shooter in the game shooting game owned by other parties. That's so fucking true. So Acclaim changed the spelling to keep things legally safe. That's wild. Ripping darts in a parking lot. I said the other day, someone was asking me if I was like a coffee person. I was like, sometimes I'm coffee, sometimes I'm energy drinks. There was a good decade where my breakfast every single day was a Red Bull and 2 cigarettes. Delirium, thank you for the follow. Those follows go a long way around here. Too good to me. I appreciate it. Some moves are hard to do on the Game Boy for sure. Better on the PSP, no doubt. I don't care what anyone says. Game Boy Advance is the best console of all time. Absolute case. We were talking about that. Like, Game Boy Advance, pound for pound, might be the console that I spent the most time on. It just came out at a time where I was like old enough to want to stay home, but I was getting dragged around town with my parents and dragged to my little sister's fucking sporting events and shit like that. And I was just fucking mashing on my Game Boy Advance in the back seat of the car, mashing on my fucking Game Boy Color in the back seat of the car. That little era of handheld gaming for me when I was like probably ages 9 through 14. Just a 5-year stint of really fucking killing it, like loving all those games. And one of the things that I lament all the time is the dawn of this kind of like hybrid portable system where we don't have the ability to have these portable exclusive games anymore. I used to love a ported video game. I love that you can get fucking The Legend of Spyro Eternal Night on PS2, Xbox, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Xbox 360, and there's like 6 different versions of the games from 3 different developers and different features and story beats and different things. Fucking awesome. See the Dan Houser video interview of Rockstar fame? No. Oh, my man. Brother man, welcome in, homie. Good to see you. Awesome fighting action. Goro lives. Liu Kang's fireball. Mortal Kombat. Earmarked to whip Street Fighter 2 into the pit where has-beens fester. Holy fuck. Mortal Kombat in Brazil. Where's Vinny? I need him to translate this for me. Mortal Kombat in Germany. I don't know. Blow by blow. Schlag auf Schlag. I'm sorry for delivering my German like that. It's the only way I know how to say. It's the only way I know how to fucking pronounce that language. Oh my god, the LED light attachment, was it a fucking worm light? Or was it like a specific angle light? I used to love my worm light. I had a Game Boy Color worm light. I'm gonna show it to you guys right now. Game Boy worm light. It was squiggly. Fuck yeah. Behold. Chat, back in the day, the fucking screens weren't lit, so you could plug into the side of your Game Boy. It would drain the fuck out of your batteries. A little light to illuminate your shit. I used this fucking purple. Yes, serious. We had the same exact fucking squiggly one. Yes, the see-through purple one. The big contraption that stood on the screen with a pop-up magnifying glass. Yes. Oh my god. And there was like a grip for it too. The fucking bionic Game Boy that I created with like bad third-party products. Hold on. Game Boy Color grip light magnifier. This is gonna be so fucking funny. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. This is absolutely the exact product that I owned from fucking Mad Catz, the light and stick pack, where this like clamped onto the bottom and the other piece onto the top, and it would like magnify everything. Each street light to pass so you can see for sure. But hey, desperate times call for desperate measures, and from time to time That's how you had to do it. So the way that top piece worked was basically it hooked onto the top and could fold out, so it would like make it bigger for you when you looked at it. And then the other piece was, let me see if I can find, oh yes, now this is the fucking, if you were a real Giga Chad, if you were really out there getting pussy and getting money, this is what your Game Boy looked like, baby. It had like the joystick modifier. It had the fucking 2 buttons that you could slide your fingers on. Oh, the Game Boy Advance SP was such a fucking game changer with a built-in light. Oh my god, dude. Oh, this shit's good stuff. I would have had so many girlfriends in high school if I had that, for sure, dude. For sure. Schlag auf Schlag. Weiter Leifbrenn. All right, I'm sorry. It's a beautiful language, I'm sure.
Mustard and myself grew up in a really small town.
Mustard and myself. These guys are named Mustard and Ketchup. I miss the Micro. I love my Game Boy Micro.
Like a light gun game, but that's pretty much it. It was only
I wish my
the
Micro
home
wasn't worth so
versions
much
that
money so I
allowed us to
could,
experience
modern
the
days,
different
stuff it in my
franchises,
pocket and play video games on it.
Like I unofficially speak
You know what I
to
really
quite a lot of
want?
people our
Have you guys
age,
seen that
how important
AYN
getting
Thor
those home
console?
versions as good as they were was. So that the rest of us could still experience it in different parts of the world, the arcades weren't as common, especially those small towns.
Which side was I on in the home versions? There's only one side. Like, what do you know, it's just the Genesis version. There's only one version of the game.
Bring back that color for consoles.
The Super Nintendo version.
My Atomic Purple Game Boy Color and my Glacier Game Boy Advance, both with the see-through aesthetic. Insane. I want a console with the form factor of a DS that can run up to GameCube games. Duck, that's exactly what we're talking about. Behold what I've pulled up over here. This is just becoming available now. It's a very new release. It's from the people that make the Odin. It's called the AYN Thor. And it's got the craziest fucking processing power where you can get it up to like 16 gigabytes of RAM and it will play like Wii U games. But it's 2 touch screens and they also come in fucking see-through purple. Geek. Fucking geek. But really cool shit. And it runs Android and it's fucking beautiful. It's just awesome. Are those Freedom Dollars? They are. Have you heard of Ambernick? That's what I have. I want. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many good options. There's like, so this AYN one is a really good brand. Ambernick is a really good brand. Ioneo or whatever that one is. I've seen that before. There's Retroid, I think. There's a lot of these like Chinese produced retro consoles that are very like highly customizable that run Android like firmwares that are really fucking cool. This one in particular is super fucking speaking to me. It also, I was watching Giant Bomb's coverage of this. Hold on, I'm gonna actually pull it up. I'm gonna watch this YouTube video. I just want to skim it with you and show you some of the stuff that they were doing. Giant Bomb AYN, the best retro handheld out right now, question mark. Give you guys some audio.
Oh, hi, I'm Dan. That's Jeff. Hi. We work at
Jeff Grubb, Dan Reichert. They're showing off this console.
Just looks beautiful. Pretty much everything you could imagine. I would say up to, I will say,
insane interface.
Is PS2 and GameCube.
But look what they do. Not only can you play DS games, which obviously are so fucking good. Game Boy Advance games. They load up Dreamcast. Look how like this is so surreal looking to me to see like a Dreamcast game running that smoothly on what looks like a DS. Super fucking slick. But the coolest thing they do for sure is that because it's an Android operating system, within, you know, the technical limitations, you can put whatever you want on the bottom screen and whatever you want on the top screen. So at a certain point, they start watching fucking
Check this out. So go into here. If I want to just hear Austin Powers,
Austin Powers.
Press that, it wakes it up. You could do. Oh yeah, okay.
I've been like holding off, like looking at the device.
So you're playing fucking whatever you want. Like, this is such a good, for me, like an ADHD console. I would love to be chilling in bed with like a YouTube video on the bottom and Soul Calibur on the top. There is a fucking use case here for me, and it's speaking to me in a big fucking way. Of like, I could queue up. There's like an instructional video, and they're talking about doing like Chrono Trigger on the top screen and a fucking guide on the bottom screen for Chrono Trigger. Like, so smart, so cool. A Jake video, yeah, for sure. We can watch a JT fucking youtube.com/@JakeTwitchin or @JakeTwitchinPlays. If it's a decent processor, can emulate PC games rather well, for sure. Yeah, it's got a bunch of fucking capabilities. I think it's very, very cool. It's one of the most appealing products on the fucking market.
Kind of down and dirty the way Mortal Kombat show.
I mean, also the Genesis version had the blood code. And the real fatalities. And
making Portal's like a 99% efficiency rate, for sure. It is really impressive.
Dullard code and all the other cool stuff in it. I think that made up for like the music in the Genesis version being really hokey and some of that other
all
stuff.
mods are getting
My
one.
friend
Try out
had the
now.
Genesis, they got Mortal Kombat. His mom would come in every now and then just to look at the screen to make sure there was no blood flying.
Finish him.
Do we have to install all the ROMs? Yeah. It's a lot of it is on you. A lot of it is like, find that hour-long YouTube tutorial that walks you through and provides the links and get it set up right the first time type of thing. Get everything installed and then kind of use it like your digital jukebox. But yeah, there will be some fucking elbow grease required.
Didn't allow the blood in the game, and they instead put sweat in it, which the Genesis version outsold the SNES version like 3-1 or something like that. Everybody wanted the violence, you know, they wanted the blood.
Real.
The Super Nintendo version feels like mud. Like the act of playing that game is so unlike.
Dude, I love Gerstmann so much.
The actual arcade.
If you guys don't know who that man is, Jeff Gerstmann is the reason why GameSpot.com as an outlet is popular. He also founded and created GiantBomb.com, which he also no longer works for. The very company we were just watching a video from. He got fired from GameStop for giving Kane and Lynch 2 a 7 out of 10.
And that game is
because they had just paid for fucking advertising space on the website. Kane and Lynch classic. And he fucking stood his ground. He said, I'm not gonna fucking let you guys pay for a review. And he reviewed the game poorly and they freaked out. So he fucking left. He got fired. He quit. He poached a bunch of talent, started his own fucking website.
In the arcade, it's a little bit heavy and you feel
on this remaster, exactly.
Hits. Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy.
I used to listen to Giant Bomb's podcast until around the time when Ryan Davis died. Treehorn, fucking goated video game knower of the old days. Ryan Davis is how I feel like I'll probably go out. I think it's all but confirmed that he just basically died in his sleep from undiagnosed sleep apnea at like 30 or something like that. Super fucking sad. $50K on the Rodeo Jamboree, fucking Treehorn with a team on his back. My man.
Because the computer can do the fatality.
Going back and seeing random reviews and it's Jeff, his base, yeah, for sure. Same thing.
Onto spikes. At the end of each part of
Game Informer, like the old Dan Reichert reviews and shit like that.
That you could knock them onto. And I think
you smoke enough to keep your airway open, you're probably right.
Makeshift solution for having a stage-based fatality.
Probably from Noops. Yeah. Couple fucking darts.
Even as a kid, I knew it was not the best version, but I loved it so much.
Yeah.
I even put in a Game Genie code that let you play as Goro. Like, I did every secret possible. I was going to squeeze every single dollar I put into that game.
Yeah, man. It was a different time. Just a...
And I still own it, and I'll still play it occasionally because I'm
There's
kind
something
of a
about...
masochist, but there's something special about it. There's something that's kind of like pure about a Mortal Kombat game that's so weird and watered down and slow that it almost circles back around to being kind of creepy and mysterious.
Listen, this isn't wholly unique or anything like that, especially to like, I guess the platform, like even like the media, like games aren't the only thing that suffers from this, but like the mass availability of content at our fingertips has ruined some of the magic of playing shitty shit, where there used to be such a high tolerance level for something like that, where like if you got Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy and you booted up and you were like, I don't know about this, you were allowed to have that doubt, but not for long, because you just spent $30 fucking dollars, or your mom just spent $30 fucking dollars on the game you begged to have, and you better get 40 fucking hours out of that game minimum. So they're just like shitty ass games that I used to run through back in the day, hundreds of hours put into like games that didn't deserve my time. But that's the gamble that you took. If that box art was nice, if your friend said it was good, you would just fucking end up with that. And now that art is gone, because if you don't like the game that you just got, you can refund it on Steam, or you can go play another game on fucking Game Pass, or you can go pirate that movie. Like, you can download that fucking book, you can Kindle, you know, there's just a million different ways to absorb content. And if you want to play a game, every single one of you listening to me right now at your fucking fingertips has 30 different games that they could go play as a baseline, installed, ready to rip on your phone or on your console or on your PC, not to mention the subscription services and the games that are built into the internet that you could just fucking play. Back in the day, that shit didn't exist. Not at all. And you were just fucking stuck with whatever you had. And that's how you end up putting 70 hours into Mortal Kombat on the Game Gear like me. Squanky, welcome in, homie. We're deep into episode 2 of Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. And it's amazing. Large games, exactly, Painkiller. That or Blockbuster. Even that,
they may not have been like
you got a weekend with it. You better enjoy it. Me playing fucking Maximo Ghost to Glory on PS2, hating my life all weekend.
And enjoy what we were doing, and that was about it.
Fucking crazy. Combat on the dance floor. Come on, you're not gonna fucking play it? Okay. You not gonna fucking pay for the licensing on? You're gonna get all of these games, and you're not gonna program the fucking song in? Then I will do what you will not. Worry not, gamers. Worry not. I got you. Fuck me. Come on, bro. The song Techno Syndrome, Mortal Kombat by the Immortals, a side project of Oliver Adams and Praga Khan from Belgium's Lords of Acid. Lords of Acid is a cool fucking name. Combined samples from the game and Acclaim's TV advertisement with irresistible high-energy dance beats. The 1993 single proved popular enough to spawn a full album the following year. Got my ass beat so many times by my brother this song. Shared experience, dude. If you weren't physically fighting your fucking friends or siblings to Mortal Kombat in 1993, what were you really doing? Mortal merchandise. Some Mortal Kombat merchandise took inspiration from the past. Tiger Electronics offered a tabletop battle between Raiden and Goro, and an update of Rock'em Sock'em Robots, a hit from the 60s. While the ad copy notes that Raiden's lightning, Jesus Christ, that spelling, moves may electrify you, the toy was in fact entirely safe. Holy shit. Bama, welcome in, homie. Crazy to not include it, as I would consider it one of the two most iconic things about the Grit franchise. You're absolutely right. This is like so responsible for furthering it in pop culture too. This is a sick fucking ad. Holy shit. Really fucking clean. 7 more 8 fucking 769. I see what you're fighting towards. With every combatant seeking an edge in battle, a company called Triax promised its Turbo Touch 360 controller would make executing special moves faster and easier thanks to its unique directional touch sensor. Turbo Touch 360 is also what they call your uncle's favorite move. Mr. Scorpion goes to Washington. Now this is where shit's gonna get fucking crazy, chat. Crazy. As more parents expressed concern over the graphic nature of games being played in their living room, American politicians mobilized to bring awareness to the issues and to hold the game industry accountable. In the middle of the holiday shopping season, the United States Senate held a hearing on violent video games. Lieberman and Cole. On December 9th, 1993, U.S. Senators Joseph Lieberman and Herbert Cole held a joint hearing of the United States Senate Committees on Governmental Affairs and the Judiciary, during which educators and representatives from the video game industry discussed Mortal Kombat as well as Digital Pictures' full-motion video game Night Trap and Konami's target shooter Lethal Enforcers. Describing Mortal Kombat, blood spatters from the contestants' heads. When a player wins, the so-called death sequence begins. The game narrator instructs players to finish, and I quote, finish his opponent. They're talking about by jerking him off. Joseph Lieberman, former U.S. Senator. A joint hearing, you say?
Your love of a half-thing's leaf has clearly slowed your mind.
This stream is a fucking fever dream, dude. Playing Mortal Kombat, watching these funky videos, reading all this shit, zooming in on advertisements, talking about U.S. Senate hearings in the fucking 90s while blaring the Mortal Kombat Techno Syndrome song. Now, you might not like it, but this is fucking peak performance. This is what peak streaming looks like. If you're not liking and subscribing, what are you really fucking doing? Strong. I'm gonna let's just let it ride out, you know? Let's just let it ride out. So fucking sick. So sick.
Blood splatters from the contestants' heads. When a player wins, the so-called death sequence begins. The game narrator instructs the player to finish, and I quote, finish his opponent.
Is this song in Legacy Collection? No, I played it. I played it myself because I am the streamer that was fucking promised. Inaccurate evidence. 60 seconds of Mortal Kombat arcade gameplay was shown on videotape, but identified as Sega Genesis. Full arcade blood was visible and 2 fatalities were shown. By contrast, the Super Nintendo footage that featured no fatalities and only lasted 10 seconds. Expert witnesses. Experts who offered testimony to the committees included Bill White from Sega and Howard Lincoln from Nintendo. The hearings ended with a vow from the game industry to create a rating system that would be implemented by the end of 1994. Mortal Kombat is the reason that we have the fucking ESRB, the Video Games Rating Act of 1994. You guys remember fucking K to A, kids to adults? In February, Senator Lieberman introduced Bill S-1823, called the Video Game Ratings Act of 1994, to provide for the establishment of the Entertainment Rating Commission and for other purposes. The message was clear. If the industry could not or would not regulate itself as other industries already had, the government was prepared to step in. Unfucking believable. Tell people that you were the dude constantly shouting Mortal Kombat over that song. Insane. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The game industry rallies. A second hearing was held on March 4th, 1994 to give the game industry a chance to show their progress since December. Senator Lieberman and Cole seemed pleased when the representatives from Nintendo, Sega, and EA laid out an ambitious plan to have a rating system implemented by year's end. Enter the ESRB. This is why this fucking collection deserves to fucking exist, man. Is also, look, kids to adults. Just such a crazy story that leads to stuff that is so foundational to the video game industry that we know today. things are still rated with this very same fucking skill. K to A would also like change obviously, but M-rated games, fucking E-rated, E10 plus, unreal. Because of fucking Mortal Kombat. The Interactive Digital Software Association was formed in April of '94, establishing the Entertainment Software Rating Board 2 months later. The ESRB's 5 ratings categories, early childhood, kids to adults, teen, mature, and adults only, were accepted as an industry standard in June 1994. With minor revisions, the system is still in use today. The impact. This is why my mom took the game away after a few months. Exactly. They went after Manhunt, you're right. And GTA got the AO fucking thing because the hot coffee mod, which nobody had access to.
It was
Stupid as
around
fuck.
that time that we were realizing that video games aren't just for kids. The manufacturers of the home consoles still kind of thought of them that way. It's like, hey, this is a toy for kids.
We never made Mortal Kombat for 6-year-olds or anything like that. That was never the intention. 4 guys in their 20s, what kind of video game are they going to make?
In our minds, we were creating the game for a certain demographic of player.
Fans of Terminator, Bloodsport, Alien, Predator, you know, all these movies. It was a game by guys in their 20s, 4 guys in their 20s. And nobody mentioned anything during the
Or us by us. Someone say.
Once the game came home on the consoles, it came into people's living rooms. That was a shocker to the moms and dads of suburbia.
Vitruvian, welcome in, homie.
Splatters from the contestants' heads.
And I couldn't finish
the
him.
So-called death sequence begins. The game narrator instructs the player to finish, and I quote, finish his opponent.
My parents were very worried about the violence.
Having a great day. We're deep into episode 2 here, and it's so fucking good. We're at really like the peak of
light them on fire.
Mortal Kombat's
I had a
impact
friend who
on
was not allowed
society.
to go to another friend's house because he had played Mortal Kombat with him.
And we also really didn't see a lot of animated blood in video games back then. It seems so
On his
commonplace
face for
today.
sure.
What is the difference in between this and violent movies? Why is it different?
No one's looking at movies in the same way as they're looking at video games.
Rock music before it, and comics and heavy metal.
You know, I grew up at a time Elvis Presley's body was blacked out from the waist down because he was gyrating, and God only knows what that's going to do to today's youth.
I do think that there was a number of kind of politicians and other people who were looking.
We're
for a
still so
scapegoat.
fundamentally
Kind of this
broken
was it.
in
It
that
came
way.
along at the right time.
With like the way that America censors sexuality versus how they censor violence, and how fucking ass backwards it is.
Doing it. I think the thing that made me most angry about it was it just felt like no one involved in any
It's
of
okay
this,
if your
had
child
ever actually
sees
played a
the
video
merciless
game
fucking
or
killing of
seen
innocents
this
on
stuff
TV,
outside of very
on
carefully
basic fucking
selected
cable,
footage.
and then goes and shoots up a school. But God forbid there's nudity in his video games, and he has consensual sex with somebody someday.
Yeah, it's like Evil Dead, isn't it?
Jesus fucking
The
Christ.
very idea that like Mortal Kombat
What is
was
wrong with
somehow,
people?
Going to destroy society or the fabric of our youth or anything was always ridiculous.
Describe the gyrations.
These home games had
I would say in a word,
system
erotic.
of ratings, right? Like a CD would say explicit.
People getting
lyrics.
deported for selling it. I
A movie
bet,
would
dude.
say rated R for violence or whatever. And
Look
I
great on a
think,
brand new
to me,
CRT
that
for
was a
sure.
Fundamental issue. Somebody noticed and somebody objected to it, and we certainly didn't disagree with it.
And so I think that the reaction from Congress and everything at the time almost to me felt appropriate.
Yeah, I'd say having the conversation about violence in video games and ratings in video games ultimately is something that was going to happen sooner or later. Is the industry going to be able to self-regulate, or is the government going to have to come in and do a bunch of really dumb things?
I think that the rating system helps people make more informed decisions about what they're buying, and that included Mortal Kombat. If you're a parent who bought their kids games, they probably shouldn't have been playing Mortal Kombat unless you could supervise them. It was the next step in the maturity of the industry, and the rating system was kind of...
Oh, this is our first look at Mortal Kombat 2, baby.
Hey, here's this type of game, here's the type of content. Make
Mystery
your own
wrestling? I
choice.
think so,
The rating
Delirium.
system and stuff that came from it felt like the right choice, to make.
I think that if video games were like a squalling infant that was just learning how to crawl, Mortal Kombat
Oh,
got
a
them
Mortal
toddling
Kombat 2
on their
cabinet. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Unreal. Ready for round 2. Success often means a sequel, and Mortal Kombat was no exception. Entering a new development cycle, the team at Midway focused on new characters, improved technology, and even more extreme finishing moves for a sequel worthy of the phenomenon. Unreal. So this is Chapter 3, Test Your Might. With the first game still earning tons of quarters at the arcade and the home game selling in record numbers, the Mortal Kombat team quickly began work on a super-powered sequel. Man, the pacing of this shit is so fucking cool, where Chapter 1 was very Midway-centric, very much Ed Boon, John Tobias, creating the game, video game development, who's publishing, who's developing, who's on art, creating moves, putting this fucking game together, creating a team. And then the second chapter was almost all release, impact, ports, controversy, just really fucking cool shit, man. Really cool shit. I absolutely love it. The thing is, gamers, I feel like we should still split this shit up into episodes, is my thought. Is this all included for the $50? Yeah, this is all in there for the 50 smackaroos. Really, really fucking dope. Like, just truthfully, these packages are among my fucking favorite things in the world. They make phenomenal shit and collections that are made out of absolute love. It's so satisfying. So fucking satisfying to play and to learn and to watch. Like, it's just fucking fantastic. It's fucking fantastic, I fear. Let's wrap it up for Mortal Kombat. We're not gonna wrap up the stream, we're gonna keep it going. YouTube VOD watchers, I know you wish that you were still here live seeing whatever we come up with next, but you're not. So you have to come fucking figure it out. That's what you're gonna have to do. That's what